It started like most urban legends do, with a dare. A number whispered between teenagers, passed around on old message boards and group chats. They said if you dialed it exactly at 3 a.m., something would answer. Not a person, not a recording, something else. No one knew who first found it, but the number always appeared the same way. You'd receive a random message from an unknown contact. No name, no picture, just a text that said, "Call this number at 3 a.m. if you're not afraid to hear the truth." Most people laughed it off, but those who didn't never really talked about it again. The story gained traction online around 2011, when a college student named Eric decided to test the rumor during a live stream. He was known for exploring creepy places and debunking internet myths, so this was nothing new to him. At exactly 3 a.m., with his phone screen glowing in the dark, he dialed the number. His viewers watched in silence. It rang once, twice, then a strange static filled the line, like breathing mixed with whispering voices. Eric laughed nervously and asked, "Who is this?" There was no answer, just a low hum that seemed to pulse through the phone's speaker. Then, a faint voice whispered his name, "Eric," dragging the syllables like something was tasting the word. His face went pale. He ended the stream trying to laugh it off, but the next day his account was deleted, and his friends said he stopped answering calls. 2 weeks later, someone found his phone on a park bench. The last thing on it was a single audio recording titled, "Don't Call Back." No one's ever released what was on that file. After that, the number started spreading faster: screenshots, reposts, and voice recordings of eerie calls. People claimed if you called, you'd hear your own voice on the other end, whispering back things you've never said aloud. Others said they heard crying, deep, human-like sobs that turned into laughter before the call disconnected. Some even reported that after hanging up, their phones would ring again a few minutes later, showing their own number on the caller ID. In 2015, a group of friends in Chicago tried it as a joke. They recorded the entire thing. The first few seconds sounded normal, just static and faint background noise. But then, in the distance, a woman's voice could be heard saying, "You shouldn't have called me again." One of the friends screamed, the phone dropped, and the recording ended. Later, that same group chat received a voice message from an unknown number. It was their own laughter, slowed down and distorted. The friends deleted the video, deleted the chat, and refused to talk about it again. As the years went on, more people claimed to have tried it, but no one could trace where the number originated. It wasn't linked to any carrier. Reverse lookup results showed only an error code and a message, "Unregistered network node." Phone experts said it shouldn't even be possible for a number like that to exist. Then came the case of a man named Thomas Green, a night security guard from Ohio. In 2019, he said he received a call at exactly 3 a.m. every night for a week. The number on the screen was blank, just a long dash where the digits should be. He said when he answered, he'd hear a faint, rhythmic tapping sound, like someone knocking on wood from very far away. Then a voice whispering, "I see you." He finally told his coworker, who suggested he record one of the calls. That night, Thomas did. But instead of a recording, the file on his phone showed only silence, exactly 66 seconds of it. After that week, Thomas stopped showing up to work. His apartment was later found unlocked, phone still on the table, screen cracked, and the only contact saved in his recent calls was unknown 3 a.m. Locals now say if your phone ever rings at 3 a.m. from a number with no digits, don't answer. And whatever you do, never call it back. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. There's something about knowing that such a number might really exist, one that connects you to something you can't see, something that listens. And sometimes, it calls you first.
The legend might have faded like most ghost stories do, until early 2022, when a girl named Mia uploaded a video that changed everything. She ran a small TikTok account where she shared paranormal stories, never expecting to go viral. One night, during a live stream, her viewers dared her to call the haunted number at exactly 3 a.m. She laughed, pretending to be brave, and typed it in, the same sequence that had been shared online for over a decade. The comments exploded with laughing emojis and warnings. She pressed call. The phone rang once, Then there was silence. No static this time, no breathing. Just dead air. Mia tilted her head and said, "Hello." Then, clear as day, a whisper came through. "Don't hang up." Her face froze. The audience thought she was acting, until her phone suddenly fell from her hand. The screen stayed on, the call timer still running. In the background, the audio picked up faint crying, not from Mia, but from someone else in the room. After 2 minutes, the live stream cut out. The next day, her account was gone. That video, or parts of it, were re-uploaded by viewers who recorded the stream. But something strange kept happening. Anyone who downloaded the clip reported that their phone would ring between 2:59 and 3:01 a.m. with no caller ID. Some users even said they heard a woman whispering through their speakers before the video froze. Eventually, platforms started removing all copies of the original. An independent digital forensics group tried to analyze the file. They discovered something unsettling: hidden frequencies embedded within the audio, frequencies usually used for military or experimental transmission. One of the researchers joked that it sounded like a number station from the other side. But after a few days, the entire team stopped responding to emails. Their office was found empty, computers still on, the words "connection lost" blinking on their screens. What's even stranger is that some viewers claim the number still works. A few paranormal investigators documented their attempts. One man, known as a ghoststory, called it during a YouTube live stream. He put the call on speaker, and for the first 30 seconds, it was silent. Then a low, distorted voice said, "You called too early." A second later, his phone turned off by itself. When he turned it back on, the number had been saved to his contacts under the name Home. He swore he never saved it. Days later, he posted an update video. He looked pale, paranoid, and his caption said he hadn't slept in 3 nights because his phone kept ringing at 3 a.m. He said he finally turned it off, but even then, he could hear the ringing faintly, like it was coming from somewhere inside the walls. That video was his last post. There's a theory now among online horror communities that the number isn't haunted in the traditional sense. They believe it's a link, a frequency between our world and another. A place where sound doesn't just travel, but stays alive. Some think when you call it, you don't just reach someone, you open a connection that doesn't close. That's why people hear their names whispered back, or why phones ring on their own after the call never really ends. A few skeptics have tried to recreate the phenomenon with fake apps, but somehow, none can explain the same patterns, the timing, the unknown number, the identical whispers caught across recordings made years apart. It's as if the number has intelligence, a presence that adapts to whoever calls. And here's where it gets darker. One user on Reddit claimed to have worked for a phone company where technicians sometimes received reports about phantom numbers. He said the system flagged a number with no assigned carrier that still made outgoing calls at exactly 3 a.m. every night. He said he once traced a call log from it, but when he opened the location data, it didn't point to a physical address. It pointed to a single word: nowhere. Whether that's real or not, no one knows. But lately, people have been reporting strange calls again, same time, same pattern. Some say they answer and hear whispering. Others say their phones freeze on the call screen, timer ticking endlessly. If you ever receive that call, don't pick up. If you do, don't speak. Because the moment you do, the connection becomes permanent. And no matter how many times you hang up, you'll still hear it, faint, distant waiting, until it's your turn to answer at 3 a.m.